Decision Plus has been and still is a leading stock market service provider. From training to coaching, we cover it all. Try both our software as well as our coaching site, completely free for 10 days without obligation. No credit card is needed to sign up for the trial. The trial subscription will be automatically canceled for you at the end. DecisionPlus.com, your stock market service center. Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try MarketGurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above. Market Vision Plus is the trading companion of so many investors. Make your fundamental and technical analysis easy with Canada's #1 stock market decision-making software. Research, decide, and follow your positions with Market Vision Plus. See the menus just above this program and try Market Vision Plus for 10 days without any obligation after the show. When it comes to day trading, Trader Plus is the right tool. Track 50 quotes simultaneously, create dozens of quick lists, display as many as 30 real-time intraday charts at the same time. Watch the action with candlesticks or bar charts as fast as 10 seconds. See the market by sectors. Use the chart models already prepared for you. Try Trader Plus for 10 days in the menu above without any obligation.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Swing Trading Show. Today we're Thursday, August 20th, 2015. The question bar is open, folks. If ever you have any questions, feel free to ask them. But the questions I'm going to answer need to be written in English. So this is what I want from you guys. Make an effort to write your questions in English. If they're in French, well, you have to leave your questions to the French show. That starts at 11:30. But for the Swing Trading Show, it's an English show. And I want to make sure that all the questions are written in English. That's what I'm asking you. Now, for the market situation today, it continues to be China that weighs in among investors' mood. Concerning that, we have some investors that are worried concerning the support that the Chinese government will give to the market. We know that the Chinese government injected $18 billion 1 or 2 days ago. And for investors, it's not enough to stop the capital outflow that will follow the decline of the yuan. Also, the IMF said that the yuan will not be added to its basket of reserve currencies. They postponed that for 2016 because, of course, I think with the intervention of the government, the IMF doesn't really consider the yuan as a currency that is free market, that is traded in the free market, even if some analysts disagree with the IMF view. Also, Greece finally had their bailout. They received $13 billion today. $12 billion of this $13 billion will go to pay out some debt. So Greece actually has $1 billion right now. Now, China continues to worry the market. This is why today markets are clearly going down. If we take a look at the market situation now, the Nasdaq next target becomes 4,900. On MarketGurus.tv, that you can have access for free for 10 days, we have recommended in the past SQQQ on July 15, around this area here. We remain patient. Right now, SQQQ, we're in the positions where we'll be able to take some profit on SQQQ. The thing is, on SQQQ, we want to see the Nasdaq reaching at least its target of 4,900 points. The Dow Jones also continues to maintain its decline. Actually, the Dow Jones is on a point where we could actually trigger a rebound. So that doesn't mean that during the end of the day that the Dow Jones might not rebound. Actually, the fact that it's stabilizing there means that we might potentially have a rebound on the Dow Jones. And the SPY, so far, we see that the next target on the SPY becomes 205, 204. Now, those of you who have opened some positions among some bearish ETF yesterday on the American markets, you're not yet in a situation where you can take some profits in some of them, because the decline is not strong enough on the markets to be able to take some profits among those bearish ETF. And on the TSX, though, this is an index where if you have some positions on a bearish ETF on the TSX, such as HXD, which is a bearish ETF that we have in our analyst choice portfolio on marketgurus.tv, well, then today, what we recommended to our customers is to take some profit on HXD. It's important to do so, especially with the TSX that is pursuing its decline, being the laggard. On the TSX, it's of course the energy sector that continues to remain weak. If you take a look at this sector here, it doesn't follow the slight rebound that we have on natural gas and on oil. So far in the energy sector, there's stocks like Canadian Energy Services Tech that's going down, Imperial Oil. We were hesitating to put Encana yesterday in our analyst choice portfolio on the energy sector, but one reason why we didn't recommend Encana is, first of all, we saw that the stock was too close to the oversold situation, and we thought that eventually that oil could actually have a rebound, natural gas as well, which is happening right now. So the fact that the commodities would have a rebound, that a stock like Encana, well, the bearish momentum that started yesterday could not continue as much to be able to allow us to make a 5 or 6% on that short positions. And this is why we have not recommended it. However, if you had some bearish ETF on the energy sector, instead of playing the sector, you went with the bearish ETF such as HED on the TSX, today it's a clear profit taking opportunity. So the strategy of today is to continue to take some profits when you can among some bearish ETF. If you cannot do so, I think you can definitely remain a little bit more patient. And in the next segment, we're going to see first sectors in the US that are starting a bearish cycle. I'm not going to show you the full list. The full list is on marketgurus.tv, so you can make the free trial. And also, we're going to take a look at the gold sector. So welcome back, folks. So we have here gold that finally is reversing its downward trend clearly. The FOMC announcement, the minutes basically said that members were unanimous to keep rates at the same level in the last meeting. Now, the minutes of the last meeting, but by looking at how the minutes were written, well, the probability that investors are expecting a rate hike in September has been lowered to 36%. Before it was 49%. So less people think that we're going to have a rate hike on September. And of course, when people think that we're not going to have a rate hike in September because of China, well, then gold is going to be positive for gold, because we're going to continue to have an inflationary environment where inflation last reading has been around 1.8%, close to the Fed's target. And on the hopes that we're not going to have a rate hike in September, investors are continuing to buy gold. And this is why today I can say clearly that yes, it's a timing to buy some gold stocks, because we have several breakouts. Look at those breakouts that we have. We have Lakeshore Gold, Yamana Gold that is breaking out. Pretty nice breakout in Alastair Gold. Can't say nothing on that stock. Really a break of all those important resistances on a yearly basis. So pretty nice there. I Am Gold breaking out for a target of 290. New Gold, well, it's less solid. It's losing some momentum. Therefore, I think that the only reason why I would buy a breakout like that is if I see can the stock maintain all its gains of the day. If it doesn't, well, forget it. China Gold International, also another breakout as well. Torex Gold Resources, another breakout, one of the nicest breakout as well. And let's not forget Barrick Gold, which is clearly breaking out. But however, you know, fundamentally speaking, Barrick Gold is a company with a lot of challenges in terms of debt. They have been downgraded several times by Fitch, S&P, and Moody's. Now you have a short-term target until $12 on a stock like Barrick Gold that is breaking out today. So gold stocks, yes, it is a go. If you had opened some positions yesterday on the gold sector, I'm talking of a position like Agnico Eagle, for instance. Let's say you bought that stock yesterday. Well, today, with almost a 5% increase, I think you should definitely take some profit on on that position. It's important to do so in order to maximize your gains while the sector maintains its rally. Because if we take a look at the sector here, we had two rally in the last 2 weeks. So it has definitely been a great performance for the gold sector, a sector where you should have invested your money. And today it's a moment where you can buy some positions for swing trading. Now for the targets on gold, well, we see that we're reaching already the 100-day moving average, but if ever the momentum continues, we could reach 112.50. As for the gold sector, we could come to reach this 152. Right now we're reaching the 100-day moving average. So there's a probability that we might make a short-term money there on the gold sector. So you won't have a 10 or 16% potential on the sector increase. However, until 152, it's a target we could expect on the gold sector. Now, on MarketGurus.tv, we have published a list on the financial, industrial sector that are going down, where we have several breakdowns. I'm not going to show you all the list here, but in the industrial sector, for instance, you have a stock like Textron that is breaking down. Actually, Textron was among our analyst shorts portfolio, I think around this area or that area, if I remember right. We're able to take some profit here. We made only 5%. And then when the stock reversed its downward trend here, we got rid of it. Finally, I think we should have been a little bit more patient, because today now the stock is confirming another breakdown. There's Boeing as well. Look, Boeing is breaking down an important support. But when you have a major cap like that is breaking down an important support, I think one key factor you should look for, first of all, despite the technical indicators that show us that, look, the stock has some room to go on the downside, take a look also at how the market is doing. If ever you have the markets that can actually maintain their decline throughout the day and go further down, that confirms that really the bearish momentum is installed, and you can feel more safe in shorting a stock like Boeing. Now, as an exit point on Boeing, it's 145, because whenever the stock reverses its downward trend, that will be the exit point on a stock like a Boeing company if you're shorting that stock at this level. We also have some stocks in the technology company, but we're going to take them and we're going to look at them in the next segment.
Find answers to your questions by emailing your host at btm@decisionplus.com.
5 good reasons to manage your investments with National Bank Direct Brokerage. Commission fees fixed at $9.95 anytime for all clients and starting at only $6.95 for active investors. No administrative fees if you hold at least $20,000 in your accounts. Registered accounts available in U.S. currency. Powerful tools to help you manage your portfolio. Award-winning customer service and satisfaction levels amongst the highest in the industry. To learn more, visit nbdb.ca or call us now.
Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try MarketGurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above.
Welcome back, folks. So as I said, the questions I'm going to answer are only going to be questions in English. If ever you want me to answer your questions, they need to be written in English. Now, let's continue with the sectors. We saw the industrial sector, but now there's also the financial sector that is breaking down in the US. We have several breakdown on that sector. When you have a company like American Express that is in a clear selling signal, meaning that if you bought American Express here, well, now you should get rid of it because we're breaking down this support. Goldman Sachs, it's a clear breakdown. So when you have companies like that are breaking down, it's clearly negative on the financial sector. Now the thing is that the financial sector technical situation is kind of tough because yes, there's a bottom there at 24, but we know there's a 200-day moving average around 24.50. So not a lot of room to go compared to the actual price where that might trigger a rebound on the financial sector. Also, a lot of those companies are held by institutions, and institutions, whenever there's some weakness, They tend to buy the stock. So I think the best alternative to trade the bearish momentum on the financial sector is to go with an ETF such as FAS. So FAS is the ETF that will allow you to track the bearish momentum of the financial sector. You have a target until 1130 on a stock like FAS, because 1130 also corresponds, if we put the Fibo retracement here, yeah, corresponds to the 38.2% retracement of all that decline. So definitely 1130 is the target if you're buying FAS right now. There's also another ETF, for instance, that is really interesting. It's that ETF here in the technology sector. TCL. Okay, TCS. Okay, so it's this one here on the technology sector on the US side. So this is an ETF that you could actually buy as well, because the technology sector is weak. It's a clear bearish cycle, so it has some room to go. We could pause around 41, right? Because we're still, it's a slight bearish cycle, but within that big neutral range, right? Therefore, the downward potential might be limited. So there's that ETF here, TCES. The only thing we don't like with that ETF is the fact that volumes are not that great, only 70,000 shares being traded. So that's not as liquid, but there are some breakdowns. We have CA on NASDAQ. That is a clear breakdown. I definitely love that stock, though. I think it could definitely reach at least 27. Well, it's not going to be 10%, so forget it. Jabil Circuit could be a little bit more interesting. If we take a look at this for Jabil Circuit, yes, 1734 could be the target. Now, yes, we're making a negative top on the stochastics. Have some room to go before we reach the oversold situation. Now let's take a look at the histogram. So yes, so there's no divergence because we have continued to go down and the histogram has also went down. Therefore, there's no divergence there on a stock like Jabil Circuit. I think it's definitely one of the best on the technology sector on the US. So overall, folks, we have on the Canadian side, gold sector. This is the sector where you should not put all your eggs in your basket, but this is the sector we can invest your money today, because this is where we have all of the many buying signals on the Canadian side. On the US, technology, financials, industrial, those are the weakest sector. Therefore, two alternatives present to yourself. You can actually invest in some bearish ETF, especially in the financial sector. I would favor FAS. And on the industrial sector or in the technology sector, there are some exceptions. For instance, in the technology sector, there's GBL, Jabil Circuit, that is not bad. And in the industrial sector, there's a Textron 2 as well. That is a great pick to short today on the markets. If you want access to the full list of the best breakdowns in the sector, I would advise you to make the free trial of MarketGurus.tv. Now, as for the day trade of the day, it's a bearish ETF because, as we said, we think that today will be a great timing to take some profit among some bearish ETF. We have already done it on HXD that we had recommended on MarketGurus.tv in our analyst choice portfolio. And today it's SQQQ. It's an ETF that we still have in our analyst choice portfolio. We're going to be able to take some profit on that ETF only and only if it reaches the NASDAQ reaches 4,900. Now for SQQQ, what we liked was the intraday chart. We had several entry points, one here, another one there, another one on the reversal of this downward trend here when he had a stochastic that was confirming a higher bottom. So that was confirming a clear bullish momentum. And we're just having one right now, a clear entry point on a stock like on an ETF like SQQQ. Now SQQQ though, you have to be quick to take some profit. I think getting in right now in SQQQ might be a little bit too late, especially by looking at how the NASDAQ is on the verge of reaching 4,900 points, where that could trigger a potential rebound. So that's it, folks. See you tomorrow at 12:30 on the Swing Trading Show on DecisionPlus.com.